dear students. Today, we're going to learn about Lesson 1.5, Protecting Your Organs. On your student book, it is on page number 10 to 11. Let's begin. We will have first the pre-assessment. This will be an individual work. What you're going to do, on your whiteboard, write 3 functions of the skeleton. So you have 3 minutes to do this activity. The next activity, you're going to choose the correct box for the heart and brain. Write your answer on your whiteboard. As you can see, we have here box A and box B. What you're going to do is to choose the correct box for the heart and brain and write your answer on your whiteboard. You have 2 minutes to do this activity. The learning objective of this lesson: to identify the different bones that protect the organs in the body. So at the end of this lesson, you will be able to identify the different bones that protect the organs in the body. Now, let's have the notebook activity. On the right side of your notebook, write the success criteria and meaning of keywords that you can see from the glossary of your book. For the success criteria, write 2 things that you will learn at the end of the lesson and find the definition of the following keywords using the glossary of your book. The keywords are skull, ribs, and rib cage. You have only 3 minutes to do this activity. For another task, you're going to read the following points about the lesson in the next slides. Humans have bony skeletons inside their bodies. Skeletons are made of different kinds of bones connected to each other at joints. The skeletal system works as support, structure for your body, and it gives the body its shapes, allows movement, makes blood vessels, provides protection for organs, and store minerals. The skeleton protects important internal organs like the brain, heart, and lungs. How does the skeleton protect our body? Your skeleton protects the soft organs inside your body. The skeleton works very closely with the muscles to help you move. The bones of your skull protects your brain. The ribs protect most of our internal organs. Let us see the different bones that protect the internal organs of human body. First, the skull. The skull is a vital bone in the body as it houses the brain, which one of the delicate organs in the body. The skull acts like a helmet to protect your brain. It serves as the protection for the brain and the facial skeleton, which is more delicate as it consists mostly of thin-walled bones. The back of your skull is formed of 8 curved bones tightly fused together. The front of your skull is made of 14 facial bones which protect your eyes, nose, and mouth. The curved bones of the skull are fused together to make sure that they are strong and form a helmet of immovable and inflexible bone to protect the brain. Human babies are born with spaces between the bones in their skulls, and it is very important to protect a baby's head at all times because their brains are vulnerable to knocks and bumps. The only bone in your skull that can move is your lower jaw bone, and this bone needs to move so that you can chew. Another skeleton that protects the soft organs inside your body are the ribs. The ribs protect the heart, lungs, and liver. The ribs form a bony cage around the organs. This is called rib cage. The rib cage has two important functions for protection and support. It protects the heart, lungs, and liver, and it provides a frame for the muscles of the upper body. And in addition, the rib cage is flexible and can expand and contract as we breathe. The rib cage is made up of the sternum, 12 vertebrae, and 12 pairs of rib bones. The sternum or breastbone is a flat bone at the front of the chest. The rib bones are attached at the back to the vertebrae, and at the top of the 7 pairs are attached to the sternum by cartilage at the front. Look at this structure of the rib cage. These are the ribs, and these are the cartilage and the sternum. Now, you know already that the skeleton protects the soft organs inside our bodies. The skeleton protects the internal organs inside our bodies. Like the skull, it protects our brain, and the ribs protect our heart, lungs, and liver. For the next activity, you're going to answer the questions 1 to 4 on page 10 to 11 of your student book and write the answer in your notebook. So on the right side of your notebook, you're going to write the answer for the question 1 to 4 on page 10 to 11. Write the page number and the question 1 to 4. So on your student book on page 10 to 11, you're going to answer the 4 questions. First question, why do you think the curved bones of the skull are fused together? Number 2, a baby's skull bones are not fused together. Explain why it is important to protect a baby's head at all times. Number 3, the only bone in your skull that you can move is your lower jawbone. Why does this bone need to move? Number 4, put your hands on your ribs. Take a deep breath in and breathe out. What happened to your rib cage and why do you think this happens? So you're going to write your answer on your notebook. Now, look at this slideshow carefully. The slideshow that you have seen, those are the protective sports equipment. Look at this cricketer. He is wearing a helmet with a face guard, cricket pads, and gloves. So this is sport equipment protecting his head, his hands, and his knee. Another, look at the swimmer. He is wearing a swimming hat and goggles. The swimming hat protects his head and the goggles protect his eyes. Another, the cyclist. He's wearing a cycling helmet and sunglasses. Cycling helmet protect his head and the sunglasses protect his eyes. Next, look at this scuba diver. She's wearing a wetsuit and goggles. The wetsuit that she's wearing protects her body and the goggles protect her eyes. Another, look at this show jumper. She's wearing a riding helmet and gloves. The riding helmet protects her head and the gloves protect her hands. The snowboarder wearing a helmet, goggles, gloves, and warm clothes. A helmet protects his head. The goggles protects his eyes. The gloves and the warm clothes protects his hand and his entire body. Another, look at this American football player. He's wearing a body armor, a helmet with a face guard, and a gum shield. The body armor that he's wearing protects his entire body, and helmet with a face guard protects his face with a gum shield. So these are the different protective sports equipment that protect the different parts of their bodies. For your homework, scan the QR code and do the homework. This is the QR code. For the assessment, click the link below to complete the Google quiz. This is the link for the Google quiz. That's all for today. Thank you for listening and have a good day.